Hey everyone, I just wanted to take this time to share my testimony with you all. And maybe you're watching this and you don't know what a testimony is. A testimony is essentially the story of how you got to know Jesus and your own relationship with Him and your pursuit of Him in your own life through your struggles or just through your own life experiences, and how God has revealed Himself to you and how you're being transformed by Jesus in your day-to-day life, and how you continue to pursue Jesus. And when I say continue, your story is never over. Your story is never complete. And every day you're constantly pursuing Him and constantly trying to get closer to Him and be more like Jesus in your own life. And I wanted to share a little bit today about my testimony. And I grew up in a Christian home, and my parents and grandparents on both sides were Christians, and I've been very blessed by that. And growing up with that, I was going to Sunday school as a kid, and at times there's a lot of Sundays where I just wanted to stay home and not go to church or not go to Sunday school. And just being a kid, you want to do other things growing up and everything like that. But my parents made it very, very obvious that we needed to go, and I never really understood why. I never really understood the reason, but they're your parents, so you listen, and they obviously are the ones that give you rides everywhere, so you kind of have to go where they go. And I didn't really know what it meant to have a relationship with Jesus, and I always believed in God. I always believed that God created the earth and the universe, and through His power of His voice, He spoke the universe into existence. And I never ever doubted that, really. I always thought that was true in my life, and I always thought that was true, and it was just what everybody believed. And I didn't really know what that meant for me personally as a Christian, or even if I was a Christian, I just knew that it was just what you believed because that's what I was been told. And I didn't really know that there was a possibility of a personal relationship with Jesus until I got into high school with my youth group. And my youth director, Kim, she was a very big influence in my life and still is to this day. And she really taught us that relationship aspect of the faith, and how we were designed to have a relationship with Jesus, and how we were really just brought into this world for a relationship with Jesus. And I didn't really know what that meant, relationship. And it wasn't until I went to this retreat for teens, Teens Encounter Christ, where I really learned that Jesus pursues us. He really pursues your heart. He wants to have a relationship with you. And at this retreat, there was this illustration that they showed us, and it really showed the pursuit that Jesus has towards us. And no matter what we have done in the past, no matter the sin we've committed, no matter the people we've wronged, no matter the things we've done to ourselves, self-hurt, or even just the paths we've gone down that aren't healthy, God is always there. And it's personal to you. It's not just a generic religion. It's not just a generic faith. It is personal to you, no matter what you've gone through in your life, no matter the circumstances, no matter what you've done, no matter how you've sinned, how much you've sinned. We've all sinned equally, and He wants to pursue you in that. And I didn't know that until that point of, wow, God really wants a relationship with me, and no matter what I've done, no matter what I will do, He is always there with open arms to receive me. No matter what happens, God is still there. God is still sovereign. God is still loving. God is still God. And that was so beautiful to me that I was like, why would I not want this in my own life? And why would I not want a personal relationship with Jesus? And it was truly that point in my life where I knew that the relationship aspect was what I was missing. I was missing that personal relationship with Jesus, and quite frankly, that's the most important part. You can know the Word, you can believe that there is a God, you can be a good person, you can do everything right in this world, but not have a relationship with Him. And that hit me. I was like, wow, I don't need anything else. All I need is a relationship with Jesus, and that was kind of the turning point in my faith for really pursuing God as He pursued me in my own life. And moving forward, through my high school years, it was a challenge, with my own identity with sports or academics. And in a small town, if you know, and things travel quickly, whether it's good or bad. Newspapers write about anything, or even just in general at school, things spread very quickly when you go to a school that has 400 kids in it. And you either fit in or you don't. And there was a lot of times where I felt like I was kind of floating in this just kind of in between. I had great friends, I had great people around me, but at the end of the day, it was like I felt like I didn't belong sometimes. And I struggle with my identity even then, even after knowing that my relationship with Jesus was the thing that I really needed, and that was the only thing I needed. But you obviously need community, you obviously need people around you to support you, but at the end of the day, your relationship with Jesus is the most important. But I struggled with that as a kid, and still to this day, I have times that I struggle with it, and I know that it comes with time. It comes with that continuous pursuit of Jesus, and through high school, it was a challenge, and I kept growing in my faith, kept going to youth group, and really tried to dive into my own prayer life, my own reading of the Word. And it took me a long time to get into habits. It took me a long time to really find my groove, I guess you could say, in my faith. And when I got to college, I knew that my relationship with Jesus was the thing that I needed to focus on. And so once I got to college, it was a good reset for me. I was able to meet new people, get in a new environment, go to a new city for 4.5 years, and to be able to really reset. I thankfully, thanks to God, got plugged into a campus ministry right away, and that was a really big benefit for my own faith walk in college, especially with the stigmas that college can bring with partying and just in general, those life influences that come with college. And those weren't healthy for me as I pursued God. I didn't want to involve myself in that, and so I knew that getting involved with a campus ministry was the thing to do. And through that, I was able to really learn what discipleship meant. And in that ministry, I was just discipled by some upperclassmen. And maybe you don't know what discipleship is when I say that word. And essentially, discipleship is you imitating Christ and trying to build up other people through that as you imitate Christ. And by no means is anybody perfect. But as we try to imitate Christ and try to build each other up and try to encourage either younger people or even people who are not as far in the faith to really pursue God with everything, it's really important to have those people in your life, those influences in your life that can really push you in your faith. And so in college, I had a couple guys who were seniors disciple me and a couple other friends in our dorm room, and that really pushed me in my faith. And that those guys to this day still have impacted my life, and to really see what it meant to really truly read the Word and take time for the Word, and to really find that time to pursue God, and to take time to pursue God, and not just a thing that you do at the end of your day or even just throughout the day. It's the first thing you do. And so I learned about that. I learned what it meant to really pursue God in that way through prayer and just having those disciplines in my own faith. And through that, I was able to really grow in my faith and really develop that relationship with Jesus and have a strong foundation. And I went to a solid gospel preaching church, and I was given rides by these upperclassmen to church because I didn't have a car at the time, and was really shown the true love of Jesus through these guys, and was really, really built up in my faith and growing through that. And through the college years, that was a super big impact in my life to this day. And through that, I was involved with other ministries, with track and field, and that's how I met my wife, and really got her involved with her own faith, and got her to really pursue the Lord as well, thanks to God. And I think that through that time, it was a big challenge for me to even still with identity with sports, and even on the track team, and really trying to make sure that I was living myself as a Christian athlete, and I had athlete at the end, but really the main thing was that I was a Christian, and I had my pursuit and my relationship in Jesus Christ, and I think that it was still a challenge for me at the time. And to this day, I look back on it, and there was times where I was like, wow, what was I even thinking? I was a part of this ministry, and I still was thinking about my injury, or was still really mad about how I raced that day, or I really was getting frustrated about the little things that really didn't matter at the end of the day. I was blessed by an opportunity to run on a varsity track team in college, and I got the chance to be a part of a ministry and really to serve God in that capacity. And there was times where I wasn't grateful for it, and looking back on it, that was a mistake, and so I think through that I was able to kind of grow, and I'm still growing through it, and to this day, with us moving to Las Vegas, and that growth and that pursuit is still getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and it's never going to end. And so I know that's kind of a lot. It's kind of all over the place, and I'll be sharing more on this channel, and there'll be a lot more to say, but I wanted to give just a general synopsis kind of on my testimony and kind of my own pursuit of the Lord. And maybe you haven't shared your own testimony, or maybe you don't know your own testimony. I would encourage you to write your testimony down, to kind of reflect on those times in your life where you saw God move in your life, where you saw that kind of that pinnacle moment in your life where you realized that this is what you needed in your own life, and that Jesus was the answer. And I would encourage you, if you know your testimony, to share with other people, to write it down, to be ready to share, because that is the most powerful thing that you can share with other people, and really the biggest tool that you can have as a Christian and as a follower of Jesus. And my story is for sure not over. I'll be sharing a lot more on this channel regarding my testimony, kind of just different glimpses of my life, different seasons in my career, or even in my own mental health. But I wanted to give just a short synopsis of my story, and I pray that it blesses you. Have a great day.